Welcome to Crankin Crafts, and my name is Puna, and today I'm going to show you the last blue heritage mason jar idea that we have, which is to make a lantern, a hanging lantern out of it. Pretty cool and easy. And for this you're going to need a few things. You need a blue heritage mason jar that looks like this. You also need some 16 gauge wire, and I'm going to be using this silver today. And the 16 gauges is really thick, large wire like this. And it's nice because it's soft enough that you can wrap it around your mason jar easily, and it's gonna look nice. So I'm going to uncoil some of my wire. Oh, you're also gonna need wire cutters. These are really big ones, and a pair of pliers makes it easy, and then a doily and a tea light to finish everything off. So the first step that you do is uncoil your wire and make sure that you have a good length of it kind of straightened out. You just don't want it to be really, really twisty. And then you are going to leave a good maybe foot or so on one end of your wire. So measure out a foot, and then you start wrapping around the neck of your mason jar. So you're gonna wrap it around like this, and then we're gonna twist the two so that it's gonna sit nicely at the neck, and it's gonna attach this wire like that. Okay. One of these pieces is gonna be your handle, and one of these long pieces is gonna be like a decorative wrapping around. So for my handle, all I'm gonna do is get this out of the way and kind of form a handle shape, however big I want it to be. And then I'm gonna cut it about an inch past that length. So my handle as big as I want it to be, and then about an inch past. We're gonna cut off the rest of this wire. We have to thread the handle underneath this piece of wire that we have around our neck, which may be the hardest part of this, but you can use your pliers if you want to kind of help you. And I just want to get this piece underneath. It does take a little bit of work to get underneath, but you can get underneath. The wire is good because it bends, and you can use your pliers to sort of pull it through if you want to. So I'm pulling on my wire a little bit at a time. There we go. And all I want to do is make a nice bend here. You can make a little spiral if you want it to look a little bit more decorative, but like I just did. But you want it to have a nice bend so that your handle will stay upright like this. And the rest of this is wire, so if you have a bend like I did, you can always bend it out. Sometimes it's kind of neat if you have wonky wire, but. And then to finish off your lantern, you're gonna take the rest of your wire and coil it pretty tightly around the neck here. And this is the other side that didn't get wrapped around. I'm gonna cut off this wonky piece. When you're cutting wire, be sure to hold the excess because you don't want it flying off into somebody's face. And then we're going to, if you coil it around the neck, it'll be tight enough that you can then later, let's see, get this around the neck nicely, and then when you pull it down, it will stay nicely attached to your mason jar and have a nice little wire. If this part looks a little bit dangerous for you, you can also do something a little decorative, and I'm just gonna make like a little spiral here so that my sharp edge piece is not gonna be hurting anybody, and then also that it kind of looks nice when we're finished with it. If your wire ever gets bent out of shape like this, like it may, just push it back up to the neck and kind of pull it tight so that it's coiled nicely again, and then you can let it go. And you will have a beautiful lantern. When you want to put your lid on, don't forget you can put your tea light in first. You might need a long lighter to light it if you put it in first. If you don't light it and put it in, because you'll burn your fingers for sure. And then we're gonna put a doily and put the lid. It's cute when you don't have the lantern. I mean, when you don't have the light on it, or if you have one of those battery-operated tea light candles, that'll work well in here. Anyway, there's your lantern. Thanks for watching.